Hello once again, fans. I am here with your Over the Limit predictions. Kids, remember, if you're over 21, don't overdrink. And if you have a bank account, don't overspend. And if you're at a buffet, don't overeat. And this is brought to you by WrestlingRevolution.com, where if you get signed up by June 1st and you get picked out of our DVD raffle, you win $30 toward a DVD of your choice. The one thing about this Over the Limit pay per view, I gotta say real quick, is on May 23rd. And this is also known as the day that Owen Hart passed away 11 years ago, just about. And I just want to say real quick, Owen, we still miss you 11 years later. Thank you very much for putting your body on the line for us 300 days a year. Thank you for the matches that you put on with your brother Bret Hart. And thank you for being one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And I go on record as saying you're the greatest wrestler of all time to never hold a world title. We miss you. Let's get into it. First matchup is Eve versus Maurice for the Divas title. You all know how I feel about the women's division. These days, it's kind of dead because Vince just has these divas presented so poorly. And I think Maurice is going to win since she's basically the better wrestler than Eve, and there you go. The next matchup is Ted DiBiase with Virgil versus R-Truth. This is just kind of, left to center. DiBiase finally remembered what his gimmick was supposed to be. He was supposed to be a rich guy instead of being Randy Orton's bitch for these past couple of years. With Virgil, like Nutty Rock Chick said, by the way, check her out. I'll put the link in the description box. She said that Virgil's probably not going to be sticking around that much longer. I happen to agree with that. He may stick around to the next pay-per-view. Eventually, Virgil's going to turn on DiBiase and say, you know what, I had to deal with this from your father. I'm not going to put up with your crap. And eventually he'll walk out. But for now, assuming Virgil sticks around, I'm picking Ted DiBiase to win. The next matchup is Drew McIntyre versus Kofi Kingston for the IC title. This one's pretty obvious. Drew McIntyre is going to win. And here's why. 2 words. Matt Hardy. Drew McIntyre fucked up Matt Hardy, and now he's on the midst of a really good mid-card push. Drew McIntyre needs to do more to be a credible Intercontinental Champion. He'll put on a good match with Kofi Kingston, but like I said, when Matt Hardy comes back, expect to see Drew McIntyre versus Matt Hardy, maybe at Money in the Bank or something. And there you go. The next matchup is the Unified Tag Team title match, the Hart Surgeons and versus Joe Miz. This one I'm actually kind of torn between the two. The Hart Dynasty deserve to be tag team champions because they're an actual fucking tag team, unlike 90% of the WWE tag teams that we see today. Better yet, 98%. Joe Miz, they're pretty awesome. Miz gets elevated with this. He has skyrocketed with promos. I think it'd be interesting to see Jericho and The Miz as tag team champions, but I don't want to see it right now. So I want to see the Hart Dynasty win. Should be a good match. The next matchup that we're going to go with is Rey Stereos versus the whole straight edge guy. Okay, the whole angle. They're rushing the crap out of this. It's like people think this is going to go on until SummerSlam. I'm one of those people that think this will probably last until SummerSlam. I just can't see Rey Mysterio being a heel and doing this kind of stuff. So I'm thinking if Rey's going to join the Straight Edge Society, he'll probably be carrying CM Punk's bags around and being CM Punk's lackey and crap like that. But Punk with no hair should also be entertaining. I'm kind of torn between the two. But I think CM Punk will probably lose in this match. It's kind of going to be like how Rey Mysterio and Eddie was back in the day, where Eddie just could not beat Rey Mysterio, and he feuded with Rey for like 3 to 4 months, and then he finally beat Rey in a steel cage match. That's the same thing I could see going for this angle. So my prediction is Rey Mysterio to win. Next matchup is Randy Orton versus Edge. I can't lose in this match. I think it's going to be good. Whoever wins, I think, will immediately get reinserted back into the title picture. I hope to hell Edge wins, due to the fact that even though Orton and Cena have not fought each other in a while, I'm not ready to see that. Their feud was boring as hell last year, and I'm not ready to go through it again. So I'm hoping to hell Edge wins and gets reinserted back into the title picture, and once again feuds with Cena. The next matchup that we're going to go with is Jack Swagger versus Biggie Slow. Throw your hands in the air if you're a true player. This will be an overeating match. The first guy who stuffs his face will most likely win the World Heavyweight title. It's obvious Jack Swagger's going to win this one because Big Show just got the 5-second push. WWE Creative's like, okay, he beat Orton. Now we got to have him look like he can't beat Big Show, but then he'll do it. And we all know Jack Swagger is going to be getting ready to fight with The Undertaker. Enough said about that one. And then the last matchup is for the WWE title. I quit. Well, John Cena will end in sight versus Batista. Should be a decent match. We all know Batista's on his way out unless he signs a new contract and gets a raise and gets the title. But Cena's going to win. I mean, it's no secret. Batista's on his way out. Pretty obvious. Bye-bye, Batista. The only times I really cared for you were when you took out Goldberg and when you beat Triple H 3 times in a row and when you had a decent feud with The Undertaker. By the way, speaking of 3 times in a row, this is going to be like how Triple H was in 05. Jobbing to Cena 3 times in a row. That's what Batista's about to do. He's going to be jobbing to Cena for the 3rd fucking time, and Batista is on his way out. Bye-bye. Overall, this pay-per-view looks good. Should be decent. You all know me. I don't really watch the pay-per-views, but I decided to bring in predictions anyway. Catch you later.